Hello and welcome. Today we are diving into something incredibly important, the journey of healing from a toxic relationship. And look, this isn't just about moving on. We're talking about a full-on rebuild from the ground up.
And that really is the question at the heart of it all, isn't it? How do you possibly heal from something that felt like it was designed to tear you down? Well, it's a journey that demands a huge shift in how you see everything, the world, the other person, and most importantly, yourself. It's a path of taking back your own strength.
So our starting point has to be this powerful reframe. Instead of seeing this whole experience as something that left you broken, try to see it as a process. I know these events were painful, but what if they could become the very things that strengthen you, that polish you, and make you more resilient than you ever thought possible?
Okay, before you can even start to heal, you first have to understand the game you were actually playing. So let's kick things off by really recognizing the core dynamic that was at work here. Just think about the difference for a second. A healthy relationship, it kind of just flows, right? You don't have to stick it under a microscope every single day to make sure it's okay. But a toxic one, oh, that's a different story. It demands constant watchfulness. You're forced into this state of daily analysis, always trying to figure out the angles just to keep yourself safe.
And that leads us to this crucial point. The normal rules of a relationship, they don't apply here. Your best qualities, your empathy, your kindness, your desire to be fair and understanding, they're just not effective tools in this dynamic. In fact, they're often used against you. You have to learn a totally different way to engage.
And that different way of engaging, it has to start inside your own head. So, in this next section, let's get into how a simple shift in your perspective can be the absolute key to taking back your power. Okay, this is such a powerful mental tool. Seriously, try this. Instead of seeing them as this powerful, intimidating adult, switch the image in your mind. Picture them as a mischievous little kid. You know the type. One whose tricks never stop, whose excuses make no sense, and who will do anything to avoid taking responsibility. This one little shift helps you emotionally detach from their chaos. And to take that idea a step further, think of this image. It builds perfectly on that child metaphor. What you're dealing with is a scarecrow. That's it. It's designed to look big and scary and intimidating, but once you get up close, you realize there's actually no substance there at all. It's just a facade. Now, here is a critical warning. It is so easy to get completely consumed by analyzing them, reacting to them, thinking about them. But if all of your energy and focus is going toward this one person, your own life grinds to a halt. Your own progress stalls. Your world just gets smaller and smaller. Reclaiming your focus isn't just a good idea. It's how you reclaim your life. All right, so once you've started to shift that internal mindset, you're going to need some practical, real-world tools. So let's talk about some concrete strategies for how you can actually disengage and manage these interactions.
Here's your new 4-step game plan. Number 1, dissociate. That means you turn off the emotional channel. It's not easy, but it's key. 2, use logic and only logic. When they come at you with feelings and accusations, you counter with cold, hard facts. 3, stop enabling. Don't play into their patterns by giving in. And 4, reevaluate all trust. Trust isn't a permanent contract. You have to recognize it might have an expiration date.
This quote just sums up the new approach perfectly. You're no longer just a participant in this thing. You are now an investigator. You are examining their behavior, you're gathering data, and you are actively, strategically searching for your own escape route. Getting out, or just disengaging, is a massive step. But guess what? The journey's not over. Now we need to talk about the healing process itself, because let me tell you, it is almost never a straight line.
Please, hear this and let it sink in. You are going to have bad days. You might slip back into old ways of thinking. This is not a sign that you're failing. It is a completely normal, totally expected part of the recovery process. Everyone goes through it.
So just remember this. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be persistent. It's about not stopping. When you have a setback, you acknowledge it, you're kind to yourself about it, and then you just take the very next step forward on your path. Progress, not perfection. That's what really matters. And that persistence, that's what leads you to this final, truly transformative stage. Because this isn't just about healing wounds. This is about a complete rebirth into a new, stronger version of yourself.
Now stay with me on this one, because this is a really beautiful and powerful analogy for what this final stage of healing can look like. We're going to take our inspiration straight from the natural world.
Think about how an insect transforms. It builds its new body completely while it's still inside the old one. Then, when the time is right,
It just sheds that old shell. It's effortless. And with its new wings, it flies away without an ounce of fear, trusting its own strength, and it never, ever looks back. That is your journey.
This gives us our final, powerful way of looking at this. That old life, that past relationship, it's just the discarded shell. It's the carcass that got left behind. And as the source material puts it so bluntly, nobody longs for garbage that was thrown away a long time ago.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. After you've built your new self, after you've shed that past, after you've learned to trust your own strength to fly, what are your new wings going to look like? What are you going to do with all that freedom? Because the future, well, that is entirely yours to create.